Such is their current plight, winless and bottom of the table. Fiorentina would take a win against anyone, but Juventus aren't just any old opponent in this part of the world. The bianconeri are public enemy number one for the Florentine fan base, and tonight they're coached at the Franchi by a Tuscan, Luciano Spalletti, the man tasked with restoring Juventus to where they feel they belong at the summit of the Italian game. A full house at the Franchi, no love lost between these two supporters, and a big match for both sides. Naturally targeting maximum points for very different reasons. Juventus to get back into the top four and Scudetto conversation. Sooner or later, you would think a Fiorentina side with the sort of quality they possess in their squad will win a game. Will that first victory come this evening? We're up and running, Manuel Pascali and Moise Kean, immediately starting with intent. Good evening once again.
Good evening, Patrick. Yes, Fiorentina-Juventus is always a special match. As we said, plenty of former players. Vlahovic on one side, Moise Kean on the other. So we're going to see, but obviously Fiorentina wants to get the 3 points here in order to leave the last spot in the league. Because we've seen combiners playing there a couple of times, especially with Spalletti, first time against Cremonese. Now he's going to face a proper striker who will have to hold the defensive duty.
Paolo Vanoli played for Fiorentina for a couple of seasons at the start of the new millennium. He was wary of calling this game una svolta, a possible turning point. He said it is the game, the fixture, we know what it means to our fan base. But he's also been very honest, brutally so, saying that it will be a long process. Says you can't change mentality in 3 days. He, like Spalletti, has had the international break to work with his players, albeit only those that stayed in Florence. Plenty of them going away with their respective national teams.
And even watch, Patrick, the Ildi's position, stay really central, the central zone. There with McKennie just behind, in the pockets behind the Vlahovic.
How different is it as a centre-back playing as left centre-back and playing in the middle of a three as Kelly is tonight?
You know, Patrick, is a completely different position, because as a center of the center trio, you need to adjust the situation, you need to be calm, you need to read the game very well, compared to when you play like a Braccetto on the left side center back, where you can be really aggressive and think about your man.
Locatelli, Kalulu calling for it. Here is the Frenchman. McKennie. I think we picked up Spalletti there on our effects microphone, bellowing Dusan, trying to relay a message to Vlahovic at the top of the pitch. Feeling is that Spalletti will get the best out of Vlahovic, who receives this under pressure from Pablo Mari, taken cleanly by the Spaniard, but Juventus immediately have the ball back. Examples of strikers who enjoyed prolific spells under Spalletti in the past: Francesco Totti, who he played as a centre forward, and Edin Dzeko, who's on the bench this evening for Fiorentina. Locatelli over the top. Pablo Mari headed it into a dangerous area, and Sommer's given De Gea a problem. Now Cambiaso. No one at the back post.
That was the so-called hospital pass.
Locatelli forward, Vlahovic forced wide. Lovely nutmeg from Vlahovic, he goes down, and Juventus win a penalty. Vlahovic vindicated at the Franchi. A piece of brilliance has prompted the foul from Pablo Mari.
Great skill by Dusan Vlahovic. As Spalletti was asking. But now they're gonna have a look
And perhaps, indeed, the infringement occurred just outside the penalty area before continuing inside the box. Vlahovic has the ball. He was all set to take the penalty, but an on-field review has come to pass here. Ranieri wants to get the ball already, but no decision has been taken just yet. And we have seen recently in Italy as well that this doesn't mean the referee will change his decision. It's up to Daniele Doveri to decide where he sees the foul as first taking place.
I think they're watching Vlahovic maybe pulling Pablo Mari's shirt first.
Let's listen out for the decision. It has been deemed as a foul by Vlahovic, so the penalty is overturned. We are just checking as to whether Vlahovic has been subject to abuse here. There were warnings over the loudspeaker beforehand as to avoid any form of discrimination, or what's also known in this part of the world as discriminazione territoriale as well. Seen some offensive chants in the direction of people from the south of Italy before, and now Luca Ranieri pleading with the Curve Fiesole, who now reside in the Curve Ferrovia temporarily, not to abuse Vlahovic, certainly not with regards to his ethnicity, which we condemn any of that abuse and hope that the authorities do act accordingly. Kelly, nice idea, the ball over the top for Yildiz. It was Pongracic who headed it clear. This is where Moise Kean is dangerous. Kean running at Cope Mainers. Kean off the crossbar. Very nearly another goal for Moise Kean against Juventus. Di Gregorio beaten, and the frame of the goal has spared the Bianconeri.
Yeah, the woodwork denied Moise Kean. What a strike that was for Juventus, from Juventus, former Juventus striker. Yes, opposite there, you fancy Moise Kean to beat Combiners in a 1-against-1 duel. Look here, that's the transition. Combiner has to be tighter on Moise Kean, because if you're gonna leave him drive at you, you're not gonna stop him, especially inside the box. Yes, he was waiting for Kostic help. This is some strike, and Juventus be lucky here to not concede.
Mandragora strikes it. Di Gregorio was static, and it didn't miss by much. Vlahovic, this time he's away from Pablo Mari. Is this his moment? Vlahovic round the keeper, still there for him, but he can't score. And there is clearly a psychological hurdle for Vlahovic to overcome in Florence.
Patrick, we said earlier, this ball 1-against-1, Vlahovic against Pablo Mari. And here Pablo Mari has to leave Juventus number 9. And there, great recovery run from Pongracic, but surely here he needs at least to walk De Gea.
Mandragora's corner, cleared only as far as Parisi, who slashes it wide. Fagioli. Mandragora, here's Moise Kean. Did well to sort his feet out, couldn't hit the target. Kalulu with the cross. And here's Locatelli, came off the back of Vlahovic, who might have been offside. Kostic through the crowd and into the corner. Filip Kostic who got the first goal for Juventus under Spalletti, has now scored in added time in Florence. His compatriot couldn't do the business, so it's the other Serb with the opening goal.
Wow, Patrick, yes, you might be right, because they have to check Vlahovic's position, but this is a pitch by Kostic from such a long distance. He's got a great left foot. He generated so much power from that distance. Probably Parisi is the man that can be the deepest one, but this is a wonderful strike by Kostic.
And it's his goal which separates the two sides at the break. Lots went on in the first half in Florence. Vlahovic had a penalty, then he didn't. Went round the keeper but couldn't score. He was on the receiving end of some vile abuse as well, but in the end it's his fellow Serbian, Filip Kostic, with the only goal after Moise Kean rattled the crossbar. Fiorentina staring down the barrel of a 12th game without a win. At the break, Fiorentina 0, Juventus 1.
Un'opportunità unica per chi ha interesse ad acquisire competenze nella gestione delle organizzazioni sportive.
Despised more than anyone else, Dodò has not re-emerged for the second half. Fortini is on. Fiorentina can ill afford another defeat. They really wanted to win tonight, but given the scoreline at half-time, Manuel Pascali, would a draw be an acceptable result now for Fiorentina, given they're playing Juventus?
Yeah, I think so. Especially considering the no-scoring match, as you mentioned in the first half, Patrick, just 7 goals.
Mandragora's ball over the top. Piccoli keeping Kelly at bay. Mandragora. Fagioli can deliver. It's his ball in. Piccoli got in front of Kelly and is claiming a corner. Along by De Gea. That was a feature of Fiorentina's play last season under Palladino. Given away here to Kean. Mandragora! Magnificent! We've seen 2 great goals tonight, but Mandragora has just outdone Kostic, and it's 1 each in Florence.
Mamma mia, Patrick! Let's talk about this goal. But the former Juventus player, but never played in the first team. This is a thunder strike, look. No chance for Di Gregorio. In the top pin. Just wow. What a strike by Fiorentina, number 8.
Fagioli, dealt with by Kelly. And again, we're seeing the same old frailties for Juventus. Only time they kept a clean sheet was that goalless draw against Torino. Yildiz trying to make something happen. Still Yildiz. Kostic takes over. Yildiz again, away from Fortini. Kostic, bending it in. Nearly broke for Cambiaso. Given away by Son. Now it's Cambiaso. Kalulu in support. Locatelli wants it. Locatelli. Kalulu. And here is Locatelli. Easily gathered by De Gea. Kean linking up with Piccoli. Moise Kean. It's a terrific save from De Gea. And Fiorentina all of a sudden are on top.
Yeah, they're all over Juventus. This is a decent save by l'uomo Di Gregorio there.
Fagioli looks for Parisi, and only a deflection takes it off target. Mandragora with the set piece. Beautiful ball in. Here's Ranieri. Piccoli denied, still there for Luca Ranieri. Now Pongracic, away by McKennie. How has that stayed out?
I don't know, Patrick. They was just waiting the net to move. But Juventus defended well. They have to if they want to keep the score like that.
And all you can hear now, chants of Forza Viola, alle, McKennie, Locatelli. The referee nearly got in his way. Daniele Doveri eventually got out of the way. Kostic. It's a foul by Pablo Mari. He still hasn't found the formula to deal with the Juventus number 9.
Okay.
It's Vlahovic, and it caught the wall. Mandragora. Kalulu is there, then Thuram. Vlahovic has found Yildiz with a nutmeg. Vlahovic running forward here for Yildiz, who's kept his balance. What a run this is from Kenan Yildiz, trying to channel Kvaratskhelia. Mandragora's corner. Kelly got his head to it. That's Fortini. Struck it well. Fabio Miretti with McKennie in support. Brave challenge from Ranieri, given away by Pablo Mari. Miretti, Vlahovic, never really got set for the shot. Short by Yildiz. Locatelli. Yildiz standing it up. That's Kelly. Miretti brings it down. Turncoat Mainers. Back for him. Coat Mainers, nice disguise. Miretti! Side netting.
Yeah, great pass towards Miretti, but from there, it's not easy to find the goal. Tight angle, yeah, great clever pass by Coat Mainers. They are maybe trying to hit the back post area, I think was.
Fortini slipped, Miretti, Vlahovic, releasing Conceição, who's quick. Conceição, he can square it here. Pablo Mari with a sliding challenge.
Bravo Pablo Mari.
Juventus now looking to Conceição for inspiration. He's away from Fortini. Conceição came off Ranieri. McKennie! Terrific save from De Gea.
Yeah, decent save by the former Manchester United goalkeeper, but this player has changed the game for Spalletti. He's unstoppable when he goes 1 against 1. Here, even if Fortini's got pace, but there, somebody needs to help the number 29.
Kalulu. Conceição hits it, blocked by Fagioli, missed by McKennie. This is Kalulu. Excellent work from Fagioli again. What does Fortini do? That is a savage foul from Miretti. They've let it bounce here, and Dur won't keep it in play, and I think we can safely say it's going to end all square here. All square it does end. A goal in each half, 2 good goals in the same net as well. Mandragora with the pick of the bunch, a beauty, scoring against Juventus at the Franchi for the 2nd straight season after Kostic had opened the scoring in added time at the end of the first half. It means Fiorentina still haven't won a game this season. It means that Spalletti has drawn again after that stalemate against Torino. No real upturn in fortunes for the Bianconeri since Igor Tudor's departure. And Vanoli unable to find the winning formula just yet. It ends at the Franchi. Fiorentina 1, Juventus 1.